that the journey of transforming Kenya's education and realizing CBE depends on only one head teacher. And I got this idea recently when I visited Ngei Primary School with KICD to assess the progress of what Professor Ongondo has referred to, the implementation or pilot of the whole school approach for values-based education. And what I saw in that school, what one head of institution has done is actually transforming the nation. And that inspiration is what I have brought to all of you. And I know that Mrs. Macharia is not alone. There are 1,000 of her, of people like her here today. As you know, our institution, Zizi Afrik Foundation, partners with KEPSHA to bring evidence to improve the way school leadership works, but also the effectiveness in the implementation of competency-based education. So if you skip 2 slides, you will see the 3 things that our organization works on: stronger foundations for all. So looking at the foundation, because the building can only be as strong as the foundation we lay. And the foundation is literacy, it's numeracy, but it's also core competencies and values-based education. But also a stronger system. We are happy that we work with the Ministry of Education, we work with Teacher Service Commission, the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, the Kenya National Examinations Council, because only government can reach the millions of children that Kenya needs to reach. So, I do not know the direction in which to click, but the next one and the next one, I will share just a bit of evidence and the 5 ideas that I want to leave with you. So this, we could refer to it as a baseline. So these are not CBE learners. It's an assessment that we conducted in 2022 to look at where we were starting from. So it will be a very good measure if we continue doing these assessments now, especially as our learners move into senior school. But that time, around the 10th, or the majority of learners were there. They had the skills and the competencies. When we assessed problem solving, we assessed the other things. But one thing I will challenge you to do as regards problem solving, for instance, is getting accustomed with the complex question. Questions that don't just have a single answer, because that is what builds the complex mind. It is what unlocks problem solving. But you'll see other things like assessment of respect, of self-awareness and collaboration. Then the second is work we've been doing with the Ministry of Education, the Directorate of Junior and Senior Schools, as regards to elements of career guidance. So here we find that most parents do not naturally engage with children about careers and where they are headed, and which means it has to be our effort. So only 15% are aware about the concept of career guidance, so we have work to do there. And then 79% of parents do not engage with children regarding their future aspiration and career goals, meaning we have 80% of work to do. But the good thing is that we have a 20% to build from, which is a positive thing. Then you'll see that here, many of our teachers say they need training on career guidance. So around 10% had been trained on career guidance. But work has started, and we commend the Ministry of Education, because we know if we keep this momentum, then in the next 3 years, we will move this 10% to somewhere around 40 or 50%, so that career guidance and pathways can be unlocked. I just want to show you this, that we need a structured way of leading our learners to the pathways they need to get to. And the good thing is that there are many resources you can use online, but also the ministry and now the Directorate of Junior and Senior Schools have provided guidelines. Kindly use them, because you find that if our learners are ending in wrong careers as it ends up, then changing course is frustrating to both the learner or the student themselves, but also to the system. Eventually, we will have workers that are not motivated because they ended up in the wrong careers, and unhappy people in society wakitusumbua tu because of wrong career choices. Then this one is an important point, that between the grade 3 of 2019 and KEPSHA or grade 9 of 2025, the one that just did the assessment, we cannot account for 150,000 learners. But I know that every school will have to account for theirs where they have been. And that's, you'll see the numbers there. This is an important one. Again, just raising caution. When you look at the analysis of KEPSHA of 2022 and 2023, 2019 and 2022, you'll find that we still have gap in the foundations. I won't go to that a lot. I want to make this point here that if we don't take caution, if you look at the dark and the green, the lighter ones, it shows that there is a decline in the outcomes of KEPSHA. And so that's just caution. But let me, since time is done, just go to the 5 opportunities that I want to leave you with. One, I've said it, problem solving. Don't give questions that only have one answer. That is not good for problem solving. The mind needs to open up. Generate and use your own data to make decisions at school level and assessment results to inform improvements. Even with NEMIS and CHEMIS, establish your own system to track and account for every learner and establish targeted interventions. There are many available resources, as I said. Equip your JS teachers to do proper career assessments and guidance. And lastly, set up a system for engaging parents, because it's only the school that can reach parents. But I want to congratulate you, Chairman KEPSHA and all the NEC members. Conference imeshika. Congratulations.
Asante, makofi yake tafadhali. Thank you so much.